Hi there, it's John Pushkar. I'm here with you today with another episode about things that can go wrong with fuels and fired equipment, hopefully bringing you some important life-saving information along the way. Today's episode, like many of them, come as the result of a terrible tragedy that took human life. Today's episode took place 40 years ago on January 19th, 1982. In this incident, 5 children and their school teacher died. Yep, that's right, it happened at a school. This happened at the Star Spencer Elementary School in Spencer, Oklahoma. It happened because a number of things went wrong. It didn't happen because of the school boiler. No, it happened because of a simple hot water heater, something that we're near and around every day of our lives, even at home. Over the last 40 years, I've developed and led fuels and combustion equipment safety programs for the largest manufacturers in the world. Today, I'm bringing you knowledge, insights, and best practices about fired equipment and natural gas safety. Over the next few minutes, you'll get the kind of practical, real-life explanations that I've become known for. I'm going to take you through some of the things that were telltale signs that something had gone wrong. One of these was, in fact, that there was hot water coming out of the taps that was way too hot, and folks recognized it. The maintenance man had gone and relit the water heater. He even replaced an existing gas valve with another one that was unfortunately used and was sitting on a shelf. It was also defective. And then we'll also talk about one of these, a simple safety relief valve, which had been installed improperly. One of the messages that I want you to get coming out of this is that things don't have to be big to kill you or cause great harm. I'm hoping that you hit the CPSC, Consumer Product Safety Commission website after this, because in some of what I'm going to present to you, I think you'll be shocked at how many household items and even commercial items, things that are in schools, hospitals, industrial facilities, have been recalled. It never seems to make it on the 6 o'clock news. It's only kind of there as an after event. Let's go through some of the lessons learned. There are instructions with a lot of fine print. You see them here in the picture on the right. This fine print explains to you the scope and frequency of testing and inspection that's expected and required by manufacturers of safety relief valves. When they talk about testing these, they're typically talking about the tri-lever test. You can see the little lever on the top. I must caution you that many times when you do this test, these things don't reseat and they leak. I found out the hard way after testing one evening and coming back the next morning and seeing that my basement was flooded. They also call for periodic inspections. When you understand what inspection means, it means frankly removing the device and looking to the underside for signs of corrosion and deterioration. You soon start to understand that it gets to be less invasive to just replace these on a regular and periodic basis than to actually test them and inspect them and put them back into service and hope they still work. The idea is to do something here. I recommend that you periodically replace these. Don't ignore them. You should stop right now, investigate what you have, and look to do a replacement program. You should verify as well that your installations are correct. Is there actually a discharge line installed? Is it installed correctly? Do you have the proper rated safety relief valve? And is it inserted properly? Is it the same size inlet and outlet piping? Are there no valves installed in the inlet side or the outlet side that would restrict the functioning of this relief valve? Do they discharge to a safe place? Is the discharge piping done with the correct size and material of piping? You should also be checking the Consumer Product Safety Commission website. There are many recalled safety relief valves, gas valves, hot water heaters, boilers, furnaces, and much more. They're typically giving you model numbers and serial numbers of devices, along with date codes. If you have defective components, they're usually replaced at no cost. It's something that you cannot be ignorant about. Your staff should understand the warning signs of what could mean imminent danger for devices even as simple as hot water heaters. I'm showing you on the right-hand side in the picture here evidence of such an occasion. You can see that there's been severe flame rollout here. We've got scorching on the outside of this device. But what about things like just periodically observing the flame? Is the flame a nice blue color? Is it orange? Is it lazy? Is it smoky? Is it not complete all the way around the burner? Is it obvious that the burner's been damaged and there's been severe flame impingement? Are there flue obstructions? Are the temperature settings way beyond what normal would be? Are there gas leaks? Is there evidence of carbon monoxide in and around the room where this device is installed? Are there refractory failures and scorching on the outside of the device? What about the water temperature at fixtures? Does it make sense with where the settings are at? Is the device difficult to light? Is it an audible light off? These are all circumstances that mean that things are going wrong or have already gone wrong. Number 5 here on lessons learned says conduct code required annual inspections and testing of fired equipment regardless of its size. NFPA 54, the National Fuel Gas Code, and other codes and standards related to fired equipment always talk about manufacturers' requirements being part of the standard or part of the code. All hot water heater manufacturers have an operating and maintenance section in their manuals. You can find most of these online. There are a number of things to test and inspect depending on the level of sophistication of your hot water heater and how it's designed. But at the very least, there are flame detectors, usually these are thermocouples, there are operating controls, there are high limit controls, there can be an evaluation of burner condition, flue gas drafting, there could be leak checks done on safety relief valves and on the gas piping system. This has to be part of something that is a written procedure that you do and that you carefully document on at least an annual basis. So take some of the lessons learned here. They're going to include things like taking a good hard look at the safety relief valve that's installed on your own hot water heater. Maybe it's time for a replacement. They're not really serviceable. Take a look at that hot water heater, see if it's got any scorch marks, some signs that it's not drafting properly. Take a look at the flame if you can. Take a look at the flue. Is it solidly connected? You don't need to become the next statistic. In fact, if you can communicate some of this to your child's school or help them take a look, you'd be doing a service as well to many folks in the community and many parents. Neither Prescient Technical Services, Inc. or John R. Pushkar, the presenter and author of this work, warrant or represent expressly or by implication the correctness or accuracy of the content of the information presented. The user or viewer of this work accepts any legal liability or responsibility whatsoever for the consequences of its use and misuse. Hopefully you found something here of value that you can pass on to friends or coworkers. If you can, please hit the like button and share this video. And I'd also like to invite you to the Prescient Technical Services online school, where you'll find more than 20 modules that I've created from knowledge I've acquired over the past 40 years, traveling over 3 million miles and being in and out of more than 300 industrial plants in 12 different countries. So once again, thank you very much for being here. It's my mission to pass on important life-saving information. I'll be releasing one of these videos just about every week. And if you could subscribe and the link below, I'll make sure that you get first notice of every time a new video comes out. Once again, thank you and please have a safe day.